Hey everyone, it's Jillian. As promised, this is a video blog answering all of your questions. I thank you so much for submitting. I did not think that I was going to get this many. So since it's quite a few, let's just get into it. First question I got from a parent it goes, Jillian, my 16-year-old son has LGMD type 2I. He's getting weaker every day. I know he will need a wheelchair soon. How do we start a dialogue? That's a very good question because I always, every time I would have conversations with my parents and hear stories about people who were once, walking in this earth and then something like an accident happened, it always hurts me more knowing that must be the most hardest thing to transition. I was always in a wheelchair, so I never had that. I wouldn't call it an opportunity, but I didn't have that knowledge of knowing what it feels like to not be in a wheelchair and then all of a sudden be in a wheelchair. So the people that do go through that and do continue living a great life, they're amazing. I think that you should tell your son that, give him a lot of positive vibes and a lot of support, because it must be awful to get that news at the age of 16, especially because you're going through the normal teenage stuff. Throwing in something like a wheelchair, which is portrayed as life-ending to some people, could be a really hard thing, and especially he is in high school, so there's going to be a lot of people questioning, and there's going to be probably bullies. I know I was bullied when I was younger, and that is not cool. So just having supportive parents helped me, especially, move on and being who I am today. And I think that's honestly what he really needs, is parents who support him. And just to honestly start that dialogue, and don't go in it with negatively, go in it with positively. Don't pity him either, because he'll notice. Just tell him how much you love him and how much you care, and you'll be with him no matter what. And if he has any questions, you'll try your best to answer and try to get the best person who can answer that question. But just the fact that you're there supporting him, I think is a start to that transition to be in a wheelchair. But yeah, I hope that answered your question. Okay, so the next question is, if you were in Toronto, the photographer I connected with you on Twitter happened to be in New York City, would you, the creative director, collaborate with her on a photography on her photography on a project, I think is what he meant, or she meant. Hashtag epic. Hashtag yes. Hell yes. Yes. I think I know who you're talking about. And she's amazing. She's a great photographer. And if she's ever in New York City, or I'm ever at her hometown, I will definitely hit her up, and I hope that you let me know when you're in the city, because that would be awesome. So yes, definitely, for sure. The next question is a little lengthy one. Is from Open Gathering on Tumblr. So the other ones were anonymous, but this is a actual person who did not put themselves anonymous. And it goes, have you ever been told you would be, quote, whole in heaven, with the assumption you are not whole now? And then this person goes, having a faith that actually sees the divine as disabled, breathes on us all, so we are the body of Christ, with our own scars as we are. I say we are whole if we do not claim others out and put some in. Anyways, I wonder how faith and spirituality sustains you if it does. Plus, what color is in this season? Which is a very random question to end, but I think I know where you're getting to, hopefully. I have been told from random people in the street that I'll probably have a better life in heaven when I pass on, because assuming that I have a sucky life now. So I hope that's where you were asking. And yes, I have been told, and I don't really understand why people assume that. I have a very lovely life. I love my life. I love the people who are in my life, and I love myself. So if that's all great, I don't understand how heaven would be better. So, yeah. So that's that. How faith is, or spirituality, takes a part of my life. Well, my parents are Christians. I am not a Christian. I believe in, I'm more of a spiritual person. I believe in angels, and believe that there is someone who is protecting me or following me, in a non-creepy way possible, obviously. And I do believe in all of that stuff, but that's all I go to. I once or twice a year go to visit the church, to light a candle for my grandparents, but I do that in honor of them. But that's as far as I do on that. So more of a spiritual person. Yeah. So what color is in the season is actually something that they asked. I guess trying to tie it in all in fashion, I guess. Which honestly, it should have just been that. But anyways, pastel. I think pastels are really into season. Next question is, hello Jillian. My question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And the other question is, if you can meet any celebrity, even though they have passed away, who would it be and why? Thank you in advance for answering my questions. Isabella. Isabella, I believe that's how you say your name. Thank you for asking your question. Questions. 2 questions. The first question, where do I see myself in 5 years? Where do I see myself in 5 years? I think I want to say living in a New York City high rise. So somewhere like 30th, 40th floor. A friend of mine's live in the 40th floor, and she has the most beautiful view of the city. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably have seen her view. And it looks from 42nd Street down Manhattan. So you actually see the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island and downtown New York, Manhattan. And that's where I see myself in 5 years, hopefully living somewhere beautiful like that, because the most beautiful moments of my life are the little ones, and something like seeing the city every morning, I definitely think will cheer me up every day more than my life is already awesome. So hopefully by 5 years I'll be living in a high rise and continuing having an awesome job and a cool life. And yeah, if I can meet any celebrities, a celebrity who would it be and why, even if they passed away. I'm gonna go with the passed away one because those are always fun, and I'm going to say Selena. She was my first celebrity musician that I remember memorizing from beginning to end, her whole CD. I was, I think, 7 or 6 or something like that. And that would be really awesome to meet her, because we would just be dancing all night long, which is perfectly fine with me. And I would love to talk to her and say how awesome she is and eat a lot. Just eat a lot of Mexican food. Just, yeah. But anyways, yes, so Selena. The next question is, do you have a boyfriend / girlfriend? Because you're one lucky human being. You are fab. Thank you very much for that lovely question. I love that you did not assume I had a preference, because you put boyfriend or girlfriend, which is awesome. But I do have to tell you that I do not have a boyfriend. So, no, I don't have a boyfriend at the moment. So as you can tell, it's a little later on in the day because I just got some crazy questions just thrown in, and I am going to answer them because I promised to do so. So this is for sure, hopefully, the last batch of questions. And it goes, what's your favorite American food? And what's your favorite Dominican food? So for some of you who do not know, my parents are Dominican, so I am Dominican too. My favorite American foods are grilled cheese. They are hot dogs from Pop Burger, favorite place to eat hot dogs. American. What's American? And cheeseburgers, especially from Shake Shack. I'm obsessed, and it definitely has drugs for sure. There's drugs or something addicting in those burgers because they're the best things in the world. It's drugs. And what's your favorite Dominican food? Rice and beans have always been my favorite forever. Still eat them today. Could eat them every day. Could eat it every day. If you could be any celebrity in the world for an entire year, who would it be and why? If I could be any celebrity in the world, who would it be and why? Obviously, Beyonce. That is the most easiest question I probably have answered today. Beyonce, 100%. That body, that voice, that everything, that baby, that husband, everything. Yes, please. Or Angelina Jolie, because she's like beautiful as well. So it's a competition between Angelina Jolie and Beyonce. Probably leaning more for Beyonce because of her voice. Angelina Jolie doesn't sing, so I guess she won. Beyonce did. So Beyonce. Told that some days you resemble Lady Gaga, Rita Ora, and late singer Selena. Enjoy your day. Yes, Selena's a new one, but I have heard many people tell me that I look like Lady Gaga, especially when I was blonde. Rita Ora, I still get it. I got it yesterday. This girl stopped me, and she said that if anyone has ever told me that I look like Rita Ora, which is wow, she is beautiful. So yes, thank you. And Selena, hello, she's like amazed. And Lady Gaga, she's beautiful. So you are comparing me with very beautiful ladies, which thank you. And I also get Rosario Dawson, which is also beautiful. So I do a lot, probably more than people think. How do you transition from working at PMC Magazine to Be the Urban? Was it easy or hard? Wow, this person actually really follows me. I worked for Patrick McMullen Magazine for 3 years, and I have been working for We the Urban Magazine for, I would say now would be a year and 3 months. It was pretty easy actually. In the sense that it was really sad to leave PMC because I loved the people who I worked with, but it was easy transition because Willie Green, the founder of We the Urban, we are really good friends, so I get to enjoy my job every day and work with a really close friend of mine, which is awesome. So I would say it was pretty easy transition. And the last question is, knowing that Spanish is your first language, was learning to speak English easy or hard? I really don't remember if it was easy or hard because I learned English in preschool and kindergarten. I think I nailed English in kindergarten. So I was still very much a baby when I learned English. But I would probably think it was a little hard since my parents did not know English at that time. My dad knew more than my mother, but I would have to say it was a mix between easy and hard. So yes. So that is all of the questions I have gotten. Thank you so much for submitting. I probably will do this again very soon. And yeah, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you later. Bye.